The world watches as tensions between the United States and China escalate once more. This time the battleground is artificial intelligence chips. The US has tightened restrictions on Huawei, targeting its Ascend AI chips. This deepens the ongoing tech rivalry. Many see it as a new front in a tech Cold War. The implications touch global supply chains and international relations. The ban on Huawei's chips is a clear statement from Washington. It underscores US concerns about China's rapid tech advancement. The US Commerce Department unveiled new guidelines to prevent US technology from aiding China's military modernization. These rules restrict companies using American software or equipment from producing chips for Huawei's HiSilicon unit. The aim is to close loopholes and prevent indirect procurement of critical components. Officials are concerned Huawei's technology could be used for surveillance or military purposes. These measures are to protect American innovations and ensure they aren't used against US interests. China's reaction to the US ban on Huawei's Ascend chips was swift and sharp. The Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs, along with the Ministry of Commerce, issued strong condemnations. They accused the United States of technological hegemony and blatant economic coercion. Beijing views these sanctions not as legitimate national security measures, but as a deliberate attempt to cripple China's burgeoning high-tech industries and maintain American dominance. Chinese officials argue that the US is abusing its technological power to suppress fair competition and hinder China's rightful development. Furthermore, Beijing has consistently denied US allegations that Huawei poses a security threat. They assert that Washington has never provided concrete evidence to support its claims of espionage or links to the Chinese military. China portrays Huawei as a victim of American protectionism, a successful global company unfairly targeted because it challenges US tech supremacy. The consistent message from Beijing is one of defiance and a determination to overcome these external pressures through indigenous innovation and greater self-reliance in critical technologies. Huawei's Ascend chips are highly specialized semiconductors designed for artificial intelligence applications. They handle massive computational loads for training complex AI models and performing rapid AI inference tasks. This makes them crucial for cutting-edge technologies. The Ascend series challenges Western chip designers like NVIDIA in the AI hardware space. These chips are key to China's ambition to lead in AI by 2030. The Chinese government views AI as a strategic imperative for future growth. Access to powerful AI chips is fundamental to this goal. The United States government frames its actions against Huawei's Ascend chips primarily through the lens of national security. American officials consistently argue that advanced technologies developed or utilized by Chinese companies like Huawei could be co-opted by China's military and intelligence services. This concern is rooted in China's national security laws, which can compel companies to cooperate with state intelligence efforts. The fear is that AI chips, with their immense processing power, could be used to enhance China's surveillance capabilities, improve its military systems, or conduct cyber warfare operations against the US and its allies. Beyond direct military applications, Washington is also concerned about the long-term strategic implications of China's technological rise. The US has long been the world leader in advanced technology, and this leadership has underpinned its economic prosperity and global influence. China's rapid advancements in areas like AI, 5G, and quantum computing are seen as a direct challenge to this position. Therefore, actions like the Ascend chip ban are also viewed as efforts to maintain America's competitive edge and prevent a shift in technological dominance that could have far-reaching geopolitical consequences. The prevailing view in Washington, particularly within the national security establishment, is that the risks posed by China's unchecked tech advancement necessitate strong preemptive action. Faced with escalating US sanctions, China is intensifying its drive for technological self-sufficiency, particularly in the critical semiconductor sector. The ban on Huawei's Ascend chips serves as yet another stark reminder of its vulnerability to foreign technology. Beijing has already committed vast resources to its domestic chip industry through initiatives like the Made in China 2025 plan and various national semiconductor investment funds. China's strategy involves a multi-pronged approach, investing heavily in research and development, nurturing domestic chip design and manufacturing companies, and stockpiling essential equipment and components where possible. One of the major hurdles for China is mastering advanced chip manufacturing processes, especially extreme ultraviolet lithography, which is essential for producing the most cutting-edge chips. To counter this, China is pouring investment into developing its own lithography tools and other semiconductor manufacturing equipment. This is a long and incredibly complex endeavor, but Beijing sees it as essential for breaking free from Western technological constraints. Beyond hardware, China is also focusing on developing its own software ecosystems, chip design tools, and open-source hardware architectures like Rivalry. The ultimate aim is to build a resilient domestic tech industry capable of weathering external pressures. The escalating tech war between the United States and China, exemplified by the ban on Huawei's Ascend chips, sends significant ripples across the globe. It forces other nations and international corporations into difficult positions. Countries that are allies of the US, particularly those with advanced technology sectors like South Korea, Japan, and the Netherlands, find themselves under pressure to align with American restrictions. This can create economic dilemmas, as China is often a major trading partner and a huge market for their tech products. Complying with US sanctions might mean losing access to the Chinese market or disrupting established supply chains, leading to significant financial consequences for their leading companies. The standoff also accelerates the trend towards a splinter net or a bifurcated global tech ecosystem. If the world divides into two distinct technological spheres, one led by the US and its allies, and another centered around China, it could stifle innovation and reduce interoperability. Companies might have to develop different versions of products for different markets, increasing costs and complexity. Consumers could face a world with fewer choices and incompatible technologies. Developing nations face a particularly complex set of choices. Industry analysts have offered varied perspectives on the US ban targeting Huawei's Ascend AI chips. Many acknowledge the national security concerns voiced by Washington, but also point to the significant disruption these measures cause. Paul Triolo, a tech policy expert at the Albright Stonebridge Group, noted, "This is a direct shot at China's AI ambitions. While it might slow them down in the short term, it pours fuel on their drive for self-sufficiency." Market reactions have been predictably cautious. Semiconductor stocks, particularly those with high exposure to the Chinese market or those involved in the global AI chip supply chain, often experience volatility following such announcements. Companies that supply manufacturing equipment or software to chip makers are also affected, as they must navigate complex new regulations. The industry generally prefers stability and open markets. Quotes from tech executives, often delivered anonymously to avoid political repercussions, reflect a sense of unease. The uncertainty created by these geopolitical tensions makes long-term investment planning difficult, and can lead to a more fragmented and less efficient global technology landscape, impacting everyone from manufacturers to end users. Looking ahead, the tech rivalry between the United States and China shows no signs of abating. The recent ban on Huawei's Ascend AI chips is likely just one more step in a protracted struggle for technological supremacy. We can anticipate further targeted restrictions from the US, potentially expanding to other Chinese tech companies or other emerging technologies like quantum computing and biotechnology. Washington will likely continue to work with allies to create a united front on controlling sensitive technology exports to China, though achieving full consensus will remain a challenge due to differing economic interests among allied nations. China, in response, will almost certainly double down on its efforts to achieve technological independence. This means sustained, massive state investment in its semiconductor industry, from research and design to manufacturing and packaging. The key question is whether China can overcome the formidable technological hurdles to create a truly self-reliant and globally competitive semiconductor ecosystem. One possible future scenario is the emergence of two largely separate tech spheres. This decoupling or bifurcation would have profound implications. The road ahead in the US-China tech rivalry will likely remain rocky, profoundly shaping the 21st century technological and geopolitical landscape for years to come.